Sa panahon ngayon, sa pagpili ng sasakyan, karamihan meron ng non-negotiable, sometimes with an S. Yung iba dahil sa oil price hike, dapat electric vehicle na o kaya hybrid. Yung iba dapat mataas ang resale value kahit hindi naman ibebenta. Yung iba dapat may sunroof, malaking iPad sa dashboard, futuristic interior, original design. Ako, simple lang. Gusto ko manual. This is the Montero Sport GLX manual transmission Gen 3.5 and this has been my vehicle for the last 4 years. Meron ang lumabas na second minor model change sa pagkakaalam ko pero very cosmetic lang yung changes. So if you're in the market for one, hopefully this video helps you decide. Hanggang ngayon, ito talaga yung pinakasulit na vehicle in the market. Kaya nga ako napabili. Isipin mo, turbo diesel na may 179 horsepower and 430 Newton meters of torque, 7-seater, body-on-frame, mula sa kilalang Japanese brand at legendary nameplate na Montero. Meaning, maraming pyesa, kilala ng mga mekaniko, at maraming aftermarket support. Lahat ng yan for the price of around 1.2 million pesos. Yes, for around the price of a Mazda 2, meron ka ng mid-size SUV na same category ng Fortuner at Ford Everest. Ang suggested retail price niya is 1,568,000 pesos. Pero lahat halos ng dealership sa Pinas may discount na 300,000 pesos for this specific variant. Kaya kung willing kang mag-compromise for some features kasi nga base model, your money will go a really long way. For example, both driver and front passenger seats are manual adjustable. Yung headlights, halogen pa, and separate yung high at low beam. May fog lights din naman, pero halogen din. Same sa loob, yung map at dome light, halogen. Yung seats, fabric, hindi pa leather. And most importantly, dapat marunong ka mag-manual. Yes, pwede ka naman matuto pero itong Montero Sport, medyo mahirap siyang makapasa umpisa. For context, 1 dekada na ako nagmamanual pero nung nilabas ko siya sa kasa, nanibago ako sa clutch feel. Mataas yung engagement and kailangan mong timplahin yung silinyador, parang gas engine. Karamihan dito, para sa akin, hindi naman siya compromise. Yung iba nga preference eh. Pag pumipili ako ng sasakyan, I always look at things that matter to me. And honestly, ang hinahanap ko lang naman talaga, maliban sa manual transmission, komportable. Mataas na ground clearance para sa Philippine roads, may konting power, at hindi masakit sa mata. And for a base model, I think the Montero Sport GLX has all of the creature comforts na essential para sa isang modern vehicle. May touchscreen infotainment na may Apple CarPlay. Yung sound system niya, surprisingly maganda ang quality. May reverse sensors and reverse camera to help you when parking in reverse. Di ko lang sure pero never ko na-gets yung 360 camera. I always preferred looking at my windows and side mirrors when backing up. Digital, automatic, climate control. Automatic, power windows, sa driver's side nga lang. Yung mga pasahero, kailangan nilang ibabad yung daliri nila kung kailangan nilang ibaba yung bintana. Power side mirrors na rin. Automatic siya nag-o-open pag unlock and automatic naman nagko-close pag nilock. Vanity mirrors for both driver and front passenger. May mga cup holders sa center console. Merong armrest with storage. Pwede ka maglagay ng mga maliliit na gamit dito kung puno na yung glove compartment mo. Sa third row, merong 12-volt socket at meron ding mga cup holders. Perfect sa mga kids na nag-iPad sabay tungga ng bottle of milk. Speaking of third row, madali lang ang access. To get in, one click lang ng lever and you are good to go. Pag lalabas ka naman, madali lang din. Hindi mo na kailangan ng tulong ng ibang tao. For legroom, much better itong third row para sa mga kids or smaller sized adults. Pero, I don't mind sitting here for short trips since meron din namang aircon vents at pwede siyang i-recline. The middle row is where most adults feel most comfortable. Merong ample amount of legroom tapos meron pang armrest with cup holders. Wala nga lang 12-volt socket, so kung kailangan mo mag-charge ng phone, gawin mo sa bahay. Kung madalas ka magdala ng maraming gamit, kapag finold mo yung third row seats, ganito siya kalawak. Most of the time, wala namang umuupo sa third row seats in my case, so palagi siyang naka-fold. Kung kailangan mo naman ng mas maraming space, let's say maghahakot ka, by folding both the second and third row seats, you can achieve a completely flat cargo area. Isa ito sa favorite features ko ng Montero. May mga SUV and MPV na hindi ganito kalawak and flat kapag naka-fold ang second row and third row seats. Pwede ka nga maglagay ng kama dito, matulog, at Now, unlike most MPVs na unibody chassis, ang Montero Sport ladder frame or body-on-frame chassis. Meaning, yung construction niya parang pang-truck. Well-suited siya for carrying heavy loads or off-roading. Etong GLX 4x2 lang. So you can't expect it to conquer the Dakar Rally. Pero wala siyang problema sa very light trails or provincial roads. For wheels, 18-inch alloys na equipped ng 285, 60, or 18 tires. From my experience, tahimik naman siya and wala siyang masyadong tire noise. Mostly siguro dahil sa magandang sound deadening ng Montero mismo. However, on higher speeds, makakarinig ka ng wind noise. As for brakes, naka-disc brake na, harap at saka yung likod. I think maganda yung pagkaka-implement dito ng brakes, very confidence-inspiring. For suspension, the Montero has independent double wishbone with coil springs and a stabilizer bar in the front. Sa likod, multi-link with coil springs and also a stabilizer bar. As for the handling, SUV siya, so you can't expect it to carve corners in high speeds. Pero, relatively speaking, stable naman siya sa mga kurbada. Just be sure to stay safe and drive within your limits. Regarding reliability, so far, after 34,000 kilometers and 4 years of use, wala akong na-experience na major issue. Malamig ang aircon, malakas ang hatak ng makina, sobrang ganda ng suspension, maganda rin ang quality ng interior, walang squeaks and rattles, at parang bago pa rin yung pintura kahit na madalas siyang nakapark sa labas. As for diesel consumption, matipid na siya for its size and weight. I average about 11 to 12 kilometers per liter mixed city and highway driving. I guess only time and more mileage will tell kung gaano ba katibay itong 4 and 15 engine, pero from what I've read, they are pretty reliable. I just have to make sure to follow the preventive maintenance schedule kasi I'm trying to keep this vehicle for a really long time. I think malapit nang ma-exit ang mga ganitong model sa merkado, especially because of the rise of hybrid and electric vehicles. Sabi ko kanina, ang non-negotiable ko sa pagpili ng sasakyan is yung transmission. Dapat manual. However, what really sealed the deal for me 4 years ago was a combination of a few things. Number 1, the comfort. Number 2, the looks. Number 3, the power. And number 4, yung value for money. And after driving it for 4 years, I can confidently say na hindi ako nagkamali.